Hello YouTube. This is BalorMage again, and I'm going to show people what I think is my absolute very most favorite part of this entire league. Recombinators are insane, by the way. TLDR, these are bonkers, and they can be used for way more than people are using them for. Right now, a lot of people are using them to throw gear together and get pretty decent stuff, get, you know, essence, double essence mods and things like that. I've been using them slightly different from most people. I'm sure it's been done other places as well, but I've been using them to make gear like this. Some important things is that you can have double fractures on gear. If you get a fractured piece and another fractured piece and you recombinate them together, you can hit the fracture on both. So these are pretty cool boots. Also, I fractured an additional arrow and attack speed together for my bow, so then it became super easy to craft. So then we decided to take it a little further, and I am currently playing an omniscience tornado shot build, which is very cool. But I thought, how can I make better rings? The prefixes on rings are quite difficult. And then I thought, well, we could make them like this. And so I have new rings to craft, which I'll craft over the next day or so. But we can fracture, wed, and accuracy on one, and wed and a stat on another one, because I needed one accuracy roll. But here's the big thing. These mods individually fractured on amethyst rings cost between 3 and 4x right now. That is their going rate. So the thing that we're not seeing a lot of is fractured accuracy or stats. I decided to go with accuracy this time on any ring is 10C. So for 10C and a white amethyst ring base, we can essentially have a 25% chance to get our fracture over to an amethyst ring. Now, I'm not 100% positive about the chance for this to actually come over. I am assuming that how it works is that it chucks every mod in the pool, then it picks a base at random, 50-50, and then it looks down the pool list of mods and goes, here's a mod, do I want it, yes or no, 50-50. And so when I only have one mod, I only go through 2 sections of that. If I succeed on an amethyst ring at 50-50, it then has a 50-50 shot to say yes or no to the accuracy roll, so 25%. So at 10C a go, well, plus whatever the jewelry recombinator's worth, which is, I have no idea, apparently 5C. So at 15C a go, I am having a 1 in 4 shot at creating a 4x base. So we're looking at, what is that, 60C per 4x base? Now, this market is going to disappear. You're not going to want to look for this market by the time this video comes out. To start with, I already bought the first 10 of them, and I've actually got another 20 in my stash because I'm making it for my build. I'm gonna craft with all of these. These are not for resale, so we're not here to make a profit out of it. But I'm only doing rings right now, and this works for everything. If you have a stat you want on a base you don't, a base that no one wants, you can just move that fracture for crafting. And then when you move another fracture for crafting again, you can make stuff like that. And I think this is actually might be my favorite thing that's ever happened. We've got RNG, we're removing bases. Nothing is forcible, which I love. I gotta tell you, I really hope this thing stays. So as a demonstration, I've prepared 10 attempts. Hopefully, the math says 2.5 of these attempts work out. So hopefully I've got at least 2 or 3 rings finished to show you. But this is all I'm doing. I have all of these with an accuracy roll just scoured down in blue, and then I just have 10 Item level 85 amethyst rings, which cost me 1 C each. And so we're going to hit him. And that's a pity. That's on the wrong base, so go again. Oh, we hit an amethyst ring and we hit accuracy. There's our first success. And then we go again. Amethyst, accuracy. And then we go again. This is bad. That is a white base. It lost everything. Goodbye base. We go again. Uh-oh, that's another white base. At least it's an amethyst ring. I can use it again on this one that failed. Ta-da. You get another go. Oh, it's still a two-tone base. Let's go again. Oh, another amethyst ring. Another empty amethyst ring, might I add. Oh, and another empty amethyst ring. So you can see it's a little bit RNG, but we are creating things. We did already succeed with 2. Technically, the math says I'm owed 1 more. And there it is. There it is. And I believe we can do 2 more tries here because we had some failures that weren't hard failures. So as long as we keep the accuracy roll, it means we get to try again. Or that happens. I believe we have 1 more go. Okay. So there we go. Out of those 10 tries, I ended up with 4 white rings and 3 accuracies fractured on the amethyst rings, which are now worth a relatively good amount. I think this won't show fractured. Let's have a look at fractured, shall we? Fractured accuracy on an amethyst ring of above 420. And now we're looking at very quickly 2.5, 3, 5, 7, etc. You can see these are relatively expensive bases now. Now, I haven't been crafting for profit. I've been crafting for my gear, and I'm going to continue to do so because crafting for my own gear is super fun. And I'm not here. I definitely don't want to be one of those people who's trying to turn profit out of everyone else. But we found this out today, or we made this discovery today, which is maybe a little late. And we just thought everybody needs to know this immediately. Jump on it while you can. Obviously, there are profit opportunities there. Those are great. I like to focus more on crafting for myself, which does turn out to be profit when you sell the build anyway. So not a huge deal. But yeah, super good. Super great way to use them. People have got tons of them. Experiment. There are also tons of things you can do, like we've seen people essencing claws and just buying like 100 different claws and just throwing a cold essence on one and a fire essence on another and putting them together until they both exist, and then throwing a lightning essence on the next one and throwing those together, and then if it fails, go back, start again until you get all 3 essence prefixes on the same claw, and then you get a disgusting damage claws. So we can do that with anything: claws, wands, bows, anything. Those are all very cheap things that you can do that just require a bunch of the recombinators. That's all. And we're all getting them. So I really hope this gets some people into crafting. If you haven't been using your recombinators, please start. They're so much fun. This is, from a crafting aspect, the most fun I have ever had. This is how crafting should be. I really enjoy that there's a loss potential I really enjoy that it's relatively simple, but also a little obfuscated. Like, I don't actually know how it's working quite, but I do know what I'm supposed to do. And so for me, at least, this is way better than Harvest ever was in like a state of the game or fun of crafting, whereas Harvest felt a lot more like just printing whatever item you wanted. This feels like it's still got that RNG element that I really got drawn to with crafting to begin with in Path of Exile. This is right back there again, where even if you're doing all the right things, you can still end up with nothing. And I kind of love that. And I know that's going to be a take not everyone agrees with, but this kind of shit agrees with me. I am absolutely in love with it. So that is it. I will see everybody next time. Goodbye.